This is Trend Following Radio, where great thinking comes alive. Nobel Prize winners, legendary traders, best-selling authors, and the pros that know what drive us irrational human beings. I am your host, Michael Covel. Not filtered, raw, honest. That's my passion. I've been noticing recently, across Twitter, across Facebook, the daily excitement about the markets. People are so damn excited to have an opinion, to think they know what's going to happen, to discuss their enthusiasm, to share it with others, to be a part of a community. People want to do this nonstop, 24/7 when it comes to the markets. Why do they do this? Because the end result is not really about making money. All of these people do this because they want a friend. They want community. They want to talk. They want someone to listen. The markets, profits, a system, trend following, whatever, as discussed online, as discussed on Facebook, Twitter, wherever, is an excuse. Because there's some deep emotional need, some personal need that most people have. It's not about making money. Nobody has something so damn important to say every day. If they did, think about how chaotic your approach to the markets would be. I think I follow maybe around 100 people on Twitter. In fact, if I need to follow some really wise people that I don't know about, please let me know. But I probably follow around 100 people. People will often follow thousands. And if everyone's got a view every damn day about something, what are you supposed to do with it? What do all of those voices do? What's the point? I mean, do you really sit down and say, well, I've got 100 people that I'm following on Twitter. Let's analyze each and everything they're saying today. Let's put it into a spreadsheet. Let's categorize it. Let's weight it. And let's make the opinions of all of these random people. Some might be Nobel Prize winners. Some might be billionaires. But who gives a shit? What does it matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Which conceptually, philosophically, is one of the reasons that I've absolutely loved the concept of trend following over time. It doesn't require me to take in all of that information, which we can both sit around and chat amongst each other and realize it doesn't matter. But trend following sets forth a plan where it really doesn't matter, because all of those opinions about Bitcoin or the S&P or coffee, they're all embedded in one thing already. They're embedded in the price action. If the price is at 100, whatever market, it doesn't fucking matter. If the price is at 100, all of the voices, all of your followers, all the people that you're following, their views are all embedded in that price at that moment right now. That is the closest damn thing we have to truth. The market price is true. Oh, you can say it's too high or it's too low. That's just another bullshit opinion by you, or a bullshit opinion by me, or a bullshit opinion from the guy behind the tree. The only thing that we can know right now, in my little example, is market XYZ is at 100. And that's true. Now that's the foundation of thinking like a trend-following trader, thinking like a systems trader, starting with that foundation. Can you believe that? Can you believe that it's more important to accept that price action than to accept all all the other voices coming at you 100 miles an hour all day long, 24/7. Is that price action a simple heuristic for truth? Is it worth in its weight far more than gold? The gold of all these other people's opinions. Of course it is. Now, does that mean it's optimal? That's up for debate. Does that mean it's the best way? I guess somebody else could have a different opinion. Warren Buffett probably has a different opinion. But I bet you what, Warren Buffett also believes in the price too. He can have all of his best laid plans, but at some stage of the game, the price is what matters. Trend following just takes that to its fullest extent right now. Like literally the price is it. If a market, in my simple example, goes from 100 to 110, is that a buying opportunity or a selling opportunity? Some people will say 100 to 110, I want to lock in my 10% profit and get out. The trend following way is to say, I have no idea why it went from 100 to 110, but I'm not getting out until it hits an exit. And if the momentum is going your way, that's sure as hell not an exit. Because if the momentum is going your way and you decide to get out, you're saying you know what's going to happen. And you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody fucking knows what's going to happen. That's the whole point. But that's a great example. 100 to 110. Do you lock in your 10% profit or do you stay on the trend and see where it goes, having your exit plan along the way? Now, what information are we using to make the decision there? The only information is price. But what about the crop reports, Mike? What about what Bob on Twitter said? Who gives a shit what Bob on Twitter says? The moment you start giving a shit about what Bob on Twitter says, instead of just trusting that the market went from 100 to 110, the moment that you start trusting somebody else's view, their prediction, their forecast, their view of the fundamentals about where the market should be, like instinctively, you already know that's wrong. We all do. But look, what I'm saying right now goes up against the orthodoxy of every major finance department at every major university across the world. You can't talk like this because the professors at those schools, they got their PhDs thinking an entirely different way. They got their PhDs thinking that they could know. I got my PhD at the School of Hard Knocks, and it says I don't know a damn thing except the price is true. So how will this view that I'm expounding upon right now ever make it to universities? To where you, if you're in a university, could possibly learn it, or if your kid is there. Impossible. Not going to happen. If your kid is in a finance class, if you're in a finance class, maybe this is brought up in some tangential, minor way. But those textbooks that you buy, those expensive textbooks, and they are expensive, those make a fuckload of money for the professors that write them. That's big damn business. I would love to have a textbook at universities. Oh my gosh, it's easy money. All the kids are forced to buy this shit. They have to read it. Now, if there's an alternate opinion, if there's an alternate view that goes against the orthodoxy of efficient markets, the kids don't see that. They don't hear that. That never makes it onto the radar screen. Forget that, man. You're going to learn what we're teaching you. And us professors, we're going to make a boatload of money off selling you textbooks. The circle of life. What a wonderful circle of life it is. I must apologize. I have, I think, dropped an F-bomb and shit a handful of times already. I don't know why I'm worked up today. Just excited about something. I don't know what the hell I'm excited about. Let me take you back in time. Try and give some perspective on where I learned what I'm saying right now, because I did not invent this attitude. I did not invent this way of thinking. circa 1996, I think. Young guy in my 20s. I make it to Dunn Capital's offices in Stuart, Florida. Now, I've told this story before on the podcast, but for new listeners, it's really important to think about this. I go to Stuart, Florida. I go to Dunn Capital's offices. There were no monitors on anyone's desk. There was a old computer running, I believe, Fortran in the corner, and an alarm clock, like an alarm light, near the ceiling. And there was one monitor near that particular server, an old server at the time. And if a trade happened, the alarm would go off and somebody would saunter over from their desk to place a trade. Now, I'm sure things have adjusted somewhat at Dunn Capital circa 2019, but the philosophy, I will guarantee you, has not. And the point is, they're trading price action. They don't need to have everyone in their office glued to a monitor reading news reports all day long, reading annual reports, seeing what C-SPAN and CNBC and Bloomberg have to say. Their systems do not run on that. Their systems run on the belief that everything is embedded in the price action. And if it's all embedded in the price action, then let's trade the price action because it's the only damn truth we have. Those early experiences shaped me because I never wanted to be a CPA. I never wanted to be an accountant. But my God, to see the offices for the first time, to see the mannerisms of some of the most successful trend-following traders. They were CPAs. Marty Bergen at Dunn Capital today, Jerry Parker, one of the Turtles. Both of them have appeared on this show multiple times. You should check their interviews out. But these guys are like Joe Friday. Just the facts, ma'am. They're not trying to beat you up with their I know what's going to happen routine. Now, don't get me wrong. Very smart guys. Very successful. They have a plan and they stick to it. And they like the odds of their plan versus just buying and holding. That's why they do it. But how many people really know that's how it works? Because back to the beginning of what I was saying at the top of this podcast, most people look for the excitement. The excitement on Twitter, the excitement on Facebook, CNBC, Bloomberg. Somebody in a really nice suit. Sometimes I'm envious of the suits. Now I can afford to go buy whatever suit I want, but I'm envious just in the sense that they look good. They've got a lot of energy. They're talking about the trend lines. They're talking about this forecast or that. And with such conviction, with the lower thirds on the screen and lots of numbers rolling by. And maybe they're on a stage where it looks really official. And by the way, I had a chance years back to go to CNBC's offices and to see that stage, to see behind the scenes. The Truman Show. It's all fake. Every bit of it's fake. Just regular Joes sitting at their desk writing up a bunch of copy. And then they walk over to the live screen. They walk over and sit on the set and say something really important because I guess hundreds of thousands of people are watching. But it's all just bullshit. It's like the Larry Sanders Show. Remember that show? Gary Shandling, behind the scenes. Once you've had a chance to go behind the scenes at anywhere, a trend following office, CNBC, you look at the world differently. You calm down. It's no longer like, I must know everything. I must believe this, believe that. You now know for yourself what the hell's going on. And why fight it? Why get emotionally worked up about it? Now, you might be saying to yourself, why are you sounding very emotionally shaken up right now, Mike? Yeah, because I'm freaking nuts, okay? But trust me, when I turn off the recorder, out of mind, out of place, it's gone. No attachment. No feeling of worry or anxiety about this stuff. We can't control a damn thing. Why should I be anxious all day long if I can't control it? If I can't do anything with it? Why should I be anxious? Why should I care? Why should I get worked up if you care? Back to the top. The market's at 100. It goes to 110. Are you getting out at 110 with your 10% profit, or are you holding on? Because the trend is still going your way. That's all I care about. Now, of course, it's fun to sit around and talk with our friends and joke about this and speculate about that, but not with your damn money. Then it's just gambling. Now, what's really cool about this style of thinking is it offers up a scenario that you might not have thought about. The use of time. How do you use your time? Are you in a 9-to-5 job? I don't care how much they're paying you. Are you in a 9-to-5 job where you don't control what you can do with your time? Because controlling what you can do with your time, that's the only damn reason you would want to do something like trend following trading. Because controlling your time allows you to do other stuff. It allows you to daydream. It allows you to be creative. It allows you to dream up something that you never, ever, ever planned for. And now you are going to give it a shot, give it a chance. That ability to daydream, it's huge. I mean, if you're a creative person, if you want to do something other than collect a paycheck from somebody else, you need time to think. You can't just be on the rat race every damn day. You got to step back, go do something like watch Larry Sanders' show, season by season by season, back to back to back, which puts your mind in a certain frame of mind. It calms you down. It takes you away to a place where you can imagine and you can think. You can be inspired. You can make something happen. I know there's not a direct straight line connection to the themes that I'm talking about today. Like you might not be able to create a spreadsheet that justifies or connects everything as I say today. But conceptually, we can all see it. We know that most opinions by most people have no value, especially when it comes to the markets. And we know we want more time. We know we don't want to be in a place where time marches on, we get older, and we don't have a chance to do something unique, something awesome. These things are connected. It's really worth pondering the use of time. How do you use your time? Do you even think about it? As far as I know, the life extension stuff is not yet here, so our minds cannot yet be ported to a hard drive where we can live in virtual reality forever. We're not yet to that point. One of my guests on this show theorized that we're about 50 years away from that point, Robin Hanson, an economist at George Mason University. I forget the title of that particular book. He's been on this show several times, but it's great food for thought. So until we get to that point, how in the hell do you use your time? Because let's face it, nobody really wants to be excited about trading per se. We're excited about the process, a creative love affair, so to speak, with creating a system, putting it into motion, seeing it work, seeing the results. And that's deeply personal. That's not really a community thing. It's so terribly interesting to watch what happens on social media. It's one grand experiment of human behavior run amok. The question is, do you have enough self-awareness to step back 3 meters and observe it all from afar? Or will you continue for the rest of your life to be stuck right there in the moment every day with all the voices coming at you, thinking that you must digest it all or you will not be successful? Those are some damn big questions for you, myself, all of us to answer. I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, trend following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.